Hey everybody, this is Greg Howe, and in a moment I'm going to be performing a lick for the Betcha Can't Play This segment, and I'll be playing it through this unit right here, which is the Axe Effects by the company Fractal Audio. And if you haven't heard of those guys, and if you haven't heard of this unit yet, you definitely need to go check it out, because it is arguably the most impressive piece of guitar gear that I've ever come across. I can't say enough about it because it is actually that cool. And to summarize, it's basically the highest quality sounding reverbs, delays, flangers, and all those typical effects processor things that you would get. Super easy to use interface, which for me is great because I hate reading manuals, so I want it to be easy to use. And the absolute best sounding amp modeling that exists out there. And if you don't believe me, go to some of the gear forums and check out what everybody else is saying about it. And more importantly, go to YouTube and just see what some of the demos that other guys have put up there using this thing. It's incredible. So that's what you're gonna hear it in a second, and you'll see how lifelike it really sounds. And one more plug real quick, and that is my new guitar. I just started working with this awesome company, Laguna, and I was fortunate enough to have been able to have a considerable amount of input on this particular design, which is actually kind of still currently a work in progress. So this is kind of a prototype of what will ultimately be the upcoming version. So we're going to just dial it in a little bit more, and it'll be available very soon, hopefully by the time you see this. And what can I say? It's pretty much everything that I could ask for in a guitar. All the stuff that I usually like, basswood or swamp ash. Maybe we'll do a version of both, I'm not really sure. Along with what's obviously a really, really, really nice flame maple top, accentuated in what I currently call awesome orange. And as you can see, the top is not contoured, it's just totally flat, which I prefer. 2 DiMarzio pickups, both humbuckers, 5-way switch. It's actually called a super switch, so we can end up getting a whole bunch of different tonal variations and all these different sounds and stuff. Double locking trem, 24 fret maple neck and fretboard, very flat, so it's very fast. The only other thing is there's going to be a different headstock on the final version than what you see here. We've modified it just a little bit, and instead of this, it's actually going to look like this. So there you have it. That's the end of my company plugs for now. So without further ado, here is my lick for Betcha Can't Play This. All right, so the lick, as you can see, would obviously reside in the two-handed category, and I've got my color matching hair tie here to minimize excessive string noise. I also tilt my pickups quite a bit, so they're kind of like this. They're much further away at the low E string side, or because those strings are a lot louder than these guys. They're also a lot more sensitive when you have a lot of high gain, so the big tilt helps. Where I played the lick just now on the fretboard, it would work really nicely if you were playing like in the key of B minor, or if you were playing in E minor, it would work. It would work in D major. It would work. It would actually work over like a G major chord, and you get like a Lydian sound. You could play it over an A7 chord. So there's a lot of things that you could actually do with it. So if I lose this bet, and it turns out that you can play this lick after all, then definitely experiment with all those different scenarios that I mentioned. So I'm just going to go through this real slowly and just follow my hands. Be on the lookout for that thing that I call hammer-ons from nowhere, where the left hand or the fretting hand hammers on the strings that weren't previously fretted. And also I got some string skipping stuff thrown in there a little bit. So here we go in slow motion. All right, so how about one more time up to speed? All right, so there you have it. That's my Betcha Can't Play This lick, and until next time.